Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fishing with James. We've got a rainy day upon us here today, and with all the extra rain, I think the bite is going to be on fire today. And today, I'm going to be fishing completely out of the mystery tackle box I got for this month, May 2021. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about mystery tackle box, then we'll crack in, see what we got in the box, and see if I can catch a fish on every single lure inside before the sun goes down here in about an hour and a half. So I've got a time crunch, but I know I can do it. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. So if you've never heard of mystery tackle box before, it is fishing simplified. Each month you get a box just like this full of a random assortment of lures at your doorstep, and you get to save up to 40% off the retail prices of the lures inside this box. I consider it like Christmas each month. I get back home, see this on my doorstep, and I'm just ready to go fishing. So if you're interested in trying out mystery tackle box for the first time, make sure you use my code JHMiller to get your first box ever for as low as $10. But with all that out of the way, let's see what we got in the box. So cracking open your box, the first thing you've got inside is the what's inside card. It shows you what is inside your box. Next, we have the Dibble tips and tricks. This actually shows you some tips about fishing that you might not have known before. See, the first bait we've got here, we've got the 10,000 fish cycle bait. Now, on first glance, this looks like a spinner bait, but it's actually very, very unique. I'll be showing you guys that whenever I fish with it. To pair up with that, we've got some Callan's Tickle Series swim baits. I'll probably be pairing these two together. Let's see. Next, we've got, this looks like a wake bait. This is a Strike Pro wake bait. This will be really good towards topwater time. We've got some fish-oey lures. These look kind of like curly tail worms, sort of. I'll have to take a look at them whenever I open them up. That'll be good for Texas rigging. Next, we've got some bruiser baits, stick baits. These are in Junebug Blue. These will be really good for fishing weightless, and I'll probably be doing that up there. And to pair with those, we've got some Harmony hooks. They got you some EWG hooks. These will pair up with these just right. We've got a sticker, the tree pounder. I'm sure all of us can relate to catching a tree pounder. I catch one every trip. You've got a card about the 10,000 fish cycle bait, showing you some tips on how to use it and the components used to make it. Next, we've got another card over the Optimum Original Swim Bait. Shows you where to fish this swim bait, which, look at that, right next to a dock. There's a dock right out there. I'll be throwing it on. Here is the swim bait itself right here. And I'll actually be tying this on first and flipping around that dock and just throwing it up shallow. All this water is really flooded, so this bait will be good for throwing up shallow. So that'll be it. That's what we got in the May mystery tackle box. Let's go ahead and tie on the Optimum swim bait and get fishing, because it's raining literally right now and the sun's gonna be going down very soon. So this is a time crunch and the elements aren't really playing in our favor today. So we've got to go and let's start fishing. All right, so the key to this challenge is just gonna be to knock out as many baits as possible as quickly as possible. So I'm not gonna walk up directly to the shore, but yeah, I don't want to spook any of these fish that might be up shallow. So I'm gonna stand back here. I really feel this tail shaking. There's one. There's one. First true cast, and we've got one already. Let's get up here and we gotta go get him. I try and pull him all the way up. Not a half bad fish either. On the Optimum swim bait, he's got a little bit of plants with him. This fish choked the swim bait. Take a look at how that fish ate that swim bait. Really, really wanted it, and that is the first cast. We're probably gonna go over to the cycle bait next, because if they're eating moving baits now, we gotta get you out there. There he goes. Way too shallow up here. If they're eating moving baits like that already, I figure, you know what? Keep up the pattern, throw another moving bait. So these are the next two baits I'm gonna be pairing together. I'm gonna pair the cycle bait and these paddle tails together. Take a look at this. They've got things sticking out the side of the bait all the way down to the back. That's gonna move a lot more water, so I like that. This looks just like a spinner bait, right? Just spinner bait. This right here, this does not spin like a normal spinner bait. What happens is this bait is connected right here kind of to a joint, and this blade just rotates and thumps, and it sends this whole bait thumping side to side through the water. So it's not necessarily a spinner bait. It has a similar design, but it has a completely different action. All this grass is normally not that far out of the water. Say it's really flooded, I just got bit right when it came out of that grass. That is always, always, always a good strategy after it rains, is to target that grass that is now submerged in water. I mean, all along it too. Right there, just right on the edge. There's a fish. Right there. It's a small one, but what did I tell you guys? Right on the edge of that grass, after it rains, always a good bet that you're gonna catch at least a fish, if not multiple fish. This one's been caught before. I hooked him right down in there, and he's been caught right there pretty recently. So this guy's just a feisty fish. Get him back out there. So far we've knocked off 2 of the baits, both of them moving baits, and we have another moving bait in there. It's the wake bait. But now we're going over to soft plastics, a Texas rig worm and a Texas rig Cinco. So we're gonna see how those do, and again, same strategy, fishing in that flooded grass right behind me, and I think that's gonna be a good strat to come out here with some more good fish. All right, next bait we're gonna be throwing is a Texas rigged, it's kind of like a Cinco that just kind of comes down to a point here. It's very weird. It's kind of like a curly tail worm that just comes down. A bit different of a style than I've fished before. And that's the good thing about Mystery Tackle Box. It puts you on baits that you might not have tried before. And if you really, really like them, then it exposes you to those baits that might even become your favorite bait if you fish them enough. It's a really cool thing. I just lost a fish. You've got to be absolutely joking me right now. I've never once in my life loosened the drag system on this reel, and yet it's just as loose as it can be. I mean, look at this. I've never loosened it. Got one. I got him. A little baby fish. But we got him. Got one on the fishoey worm, and now we can move on to the Cinco. Grab the Cincos here, tried and true color, June bug with a blue tail. I've never personally fished a June bug blue accent Cinco. Fished June bugs all the time, and I fished black and blue with a blue tip tail. Yeah, oh, there's one. That might be a better one. No, it ain't. Oh man, you know what? We take what we can get. That one bit it pretty early on too. Like I gave it a few taps right when it hit the water. And I guess he was in the neighborhood and came by and checked it out. Yeah, this Harmony hook right here just jacked him. Like he wasn't coming off. There we go. Another little bass. Now all I've got to do is throw the wake bait. Here's my hand. It's a hefty little bait. Love the colorway on it. I don't fish wake baits enough. It's not that I think they don't work or something. I just typically don't have them. How does this look in the water? I mean, I didn't fish one of these in forever. Oh, look at that. That looks great. This thing's gonna cast off my spool. Oh, right there in front of me, man. Right there in front of me. That's where I wanted it. Bring it right up along that. There he is. He got it. Little baby. But right up along next to that tree. I thought it was a bluegill at first. He's a baby fish, but you know what though? In this challenge, size does not matter. Here we go. A little baby, but that counts. That's the challenge. A few casts as well. Uh-oh. There we go. There he is. That's a good one. Oh, man. Man, dude, he just dropped it. Did you see that, dude? I didn't get a good hook set. That was a big fish. And with that, that's going to be the end of this Mystery Tackle Box Challenge video. Again, if you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future videos like this one. And if you're interested in getting into Mystery Tackle Box, make sure to use my code JHMiller to get your first box ever for as low as $10. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you on the next episode of Fishing with James.